Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons Grave of Man. So before we begin, one quick announcement. For the foreseeable future, most of these episodes will actually be about half as long as the first 3 episodes were. We're splitting them up, each recording session up into 2 different specific episodes, about an hour and a half to 2 hours each, give or take. It varies a little bit based on, reasonable stopping points. The way the episodes should be going up is one on the weekends and one in the middle of the week, and that should just help us pace content a little bit better, and if we ever run into problems, gives us a bit more wiggle room, I guess. So we'll probably be sticking with this, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and then we go back to the old style, and I'll let you guys know when that happens. But I guess with that, I hope you guys enjoy.
Previously on Tales from the Crypt.
All right, previously on, you can keep going.
I don't remember.
All right, well, so Drez doesn't remember what happened. He's he was here, I guess. I guess that's why he leaves the little messages.
He forgot that he killed somebody by throwing a tree token.
Yeah.
How could
I remember that. That's like the main thing I remember from like the last week of life.
I remember everything.
Okay.
Do you want me to do it?
If you wanna, sure.
Okay. Last time on Dungeons & Dragons Grave of Man, we decide to investigate some more buildings and happen upon a bunch of, what was it? Were they playing poker or something?
Yeah, they were guards playing.
Undead guards.
Go fish.
Go fish, right. After knocking on their doors several times, much to their chagrin,
And then their other door, and then their other door.
Another door. We finally point them to the direction of the inn where that one nefarious guy that had been holding up people in his basement for illegal trade, the other corpse guy, we're just like, we're gonna report him. So they all run off, and we investigate the lower levels of their guardhouse, only to I'm doing this blow by blow, aren't I? Okay. Long story short, while going to try to pursue our newfound undead friends, they succumbed to the nefarious vines that had been holding the crystal earlier, and we proceed to run away from them, only to find ourselves at a large gate where Greg knows the gatekeeper, who happens to be a large ogre by the name of Gruck. And after a manly exchange of intense hugs and pats on the back and Gorlar is awesome, we end up finding a Kenku by the name of Fleshrender. And he's after the drow in the area because he finds humanoids tasty, particularly the humanoid ones that are practically extinct. Only we do not strike a deal with him, and upon leaving the building, we find that there's a wizard and a number of prisoners. In my character's attempt to lure the Kenku away with a carefully placed Dristo Erden, we find ourselves surrounded by the Kenku, including Fleshrender himself, only for Drez to fling a tree token close to the precipice on which they are standing, which sends the lot of them down into the depths to meet a grisly demise. And now we're here, after the spoils.
And we talked to a wizard.
Yeah,
yes,
you did talk to a wizard.
We did talk to the wizard.
Did I give you guys his name ever?
No.
Okay,
No.
Cool.
You never gave us the wizard's name.
Of the magic realms.
I was afraid that I'd have to go through the whole video to see if I gave you guys a name, because I don't want somebody being like, why does the same guy have multiple names? And I'm like, I forgot to write anything down last time.
I need to be more concise with my whatevers. I'm sorry. In any case,
It's okay.
We kicked a fat bird off a cliff, took all his shit.
Yeah, and then you barricaded yourselves inside his
former
hideout.
enclave.
Yeah.
And now we have his loot, which comprises of a bag, a odd amulet with lips on it, goggles that allow you to see from a different point in the room, and I believe that was it.
Some throwing daggers.
Oh, throwing daggers.
5 throwing daggers.
Which
in a
are
little sheath.
mine.
Yes.
5 throwing daggers.
Yep. Okay, so you guys have barricaded yourselves in Fleshrender's warehouse. It smells like cooked meat, and I mean, it's not like a bad smell, but now that you know what the cooked meat is, it's a little bit unnerving. But otherwise, it's a very secure location. You guys managed to take a nice break. I assume you guys all eat and rest and whatever?
Yeah, sure,
Yes.
but we take care not to eat the potentially tampered rations.
Yeah. The wizard had told you that all of the rations you guys had probably found from the Lake District were okay. The wizard had said, you know, don't eat the rations specifically around here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that it was like in the entire area that we
No.
were only supposed to have the rations that we initially came with, or
He was
the ones
pretty
that
particular about it.
It's more that Skitter already tested them for us.
Also that, yes.
Tested
well,
unwittingly.
he had
might
eaten
I say.
rations from the previous area.
Yes.
I don't believe he ate from this one. All right.
I think it's the same point being made, yeah.
Thank you
Okay.
for...
Can you guys see the giant letters, by the way? No. Okay, cool.
Giant- okay.
I had to mark all the buildings down so I knew which ones you guys were going into.
No.
Can you guys
Well,
see
you-
my crayon drawings?
You guys are directly next to a giant A, and I was just like, I mean, they might see it, but no. Okay, that's all. That's all for me.
Giant A.
Hey.
I was gonna say that, but then... alright.
But you were saving it for me.
We must get back into character. So, we are all well rested. We have explored Enclave. We should try to assess what exactly we should be doing right now, because we have many options, yes?
Well,
Number one, yes?
there are a bunch of warehouses around here. I wonder what kind of stores they carried at one time.
Oh, of course you want to be of taking thing. That makes sense. That's fine. We can find treasure for you and friend.
Well, I mean, the people that used to be here surely have no more use for it.
Well, if we keep killing them, then maybe. I have a bit of problem with it, but so far we've been killing real, not good people, so it's okay.
I'm just gonna stop complaining about the smell, because every time I do that, it gets worse.
What, you
Well-
want to find source of smell?
That's like the opposite of what I'm saying.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised if more creatures than just Fleshrender and his band have fallen down into that crevice. I mean, who knows what would be wafting from up there?
Ugh.
Ugh.
Someone needs to light a
find out.
candle.
Alright, I'm trying to remember what was subject of conversation we had with Wizard. He said that if we gave him time, he would come out of stupor, yes?
Yeah. He wanted to sleep off the drugs because
Fortunately, Drez
they had him.
did charm
Oh,
him.
yes.
Yeah.
We should stay away from that guy.
So,
He might have some very complicated feelings towards us.
I should probably hide the.
well,
building.
now we know that it's the Druids that have started this Cloudaclysmic event. Want to
Yeah,
return
what's up
things
with
to
that? It turns
Well, keep an eye out
Drez.
for suspicious animals.
the. Well, maybe they're more of the the forest druidic type. I mean, that would explain the vines and the dryads from before.
Oh, true. That makes sense.
And that book we found, it's got a root lock.
And the crystal itself that your boss took from us.
Can you remind me what did we speculate about the book?
It doesn't
Well-
open. That's the list of things.
Well, it's a druidic book.
Do you think that there should be anything to gain from finding out a way of opening?
If you have any ideas, be my guest.
Well, I'm sure if we looked around, we might be able to find some sort of lead. Oh, and Gorlar! Ah, how could I forget? Oh, yes, we need to kick ass. Okay, my Greg stands up and starts grabbing his equipment after recovering from resting. How could I forget? Oh, jeez. Oh.
Right, we need to murder. That's like the one thing we do.
That's why I was here. I get kind of confused and start forgetting why I came.
Is
Are we
Skinner
gonna find
coming?
out that every single one of these buildings has
Skipper.
another fat bird in it?
You guys should be able to move the skitter icon around. So if I'm like
Okay.
mildly busy,
you're distracted.
you can drag him around. Yeah.
Incapacitated.
I go over, grab Skitter, and then drag him over with me. I just pick him up and put them on shoulder like little parrot.
Okay.
We need to make up our mind how we're gonna split up the gold.
I thought we already split it up, 4-way even split.
Did we?
Yeah.
In my character sheet.
So are you
I haven't
guys
been
just
keeping track
carrying
of all
the
the
like
gold.
copious quantities of coins with you? Like, do you
Oh,
just have
yeah. How am
Are
I
you just-
supposed to?
dragging the chest?
Wait, so it was
No.
10,000.
Yeah.
Divided by 4.
Yeah, so that's
okay.
50 pound each. I mean, that for me is nothing.
Jesus
Skinner's
Christ.
like, I don't even have a bag. He like kind of tries to stuff it, like you know when you like hold the like lower part of your shirt and he's like kind of just placing the gold in there. It's pretty
It's like
futile.
dropping coins everywhere.
Actually, I might inspect this intriguing bag that we have here. May I use my detect magic to see the magic of the bag?
I mean, it's a magic bag.
It is a magic bag.
I have no idea. I don't know the schools of magic. I should really look them up specifically.
Okay, I will
goes
drop
Hogwarts.
the lip amulet into it,
Yep, it goes in.
and I can pull it out.
Do you like cram your hand in?
Sure.
Yeah, it kind of like takes a little while before you can find the amulet. It's a bag of holding.
Woohoo! So if you do not want to be over encumbered with gold, I can put it in this
Or a
bag
skitter.
of holding. Yes.
Skitter just immediately starts like dumping the gold in. He's like, "Thank you."
And don't worry, I will keep a list. If any of you want to bank it in here, that's fine. I'll have
You
to
said it
keep
was 10,000 split 4 ways.
Yep.
Yes, everyone gained 2,500, which is 50 pound of gold.
Dang.
Wait, 50 pounds? All right
Gold
then.
pieces are heavy as shit. They're bad.
10,000 gold is 200 pound.
Well, why don't we just keep it in here then?
No, that's okay. I like to have mine on me.
Oh, all right then. That's like half a suit of armor for you, right?
He's gonna defeat the next boss by just laying on it.
So, Bird, remember you get double disadvantage on any stealth checks until you figure out how to deal with the coins jangling around
Jingle,
in your
jingle,
sack.
jingle.
Greg does not believe in stealth. Also, Greg put coin in sack.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if
Well, this
I
is-
find out that you have schooled Greg, then you will not have leg.
Alrighty then. Well, I'll make sure
Specifically
that
I pat Ellerin on the shoulder
Alarin.
and be like, I can be poets too. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I could have
Alright.
also said if you try to school Greg, then you wind up dead. Oh, that doesn't rhyme.
No. No, it doesn't.
Oh,
And after all that we've been through together, why?
Hypothetically, what leg?
You're right. All this barding and rhyming never figured into the plan.
hypothetically, it would probably. Well, I mean, does she even have leg, or does she have like mermaid fluke?
She have.
I have legs. I'm no
I can
mermaid.
break left fin.
I
Why am I talking to
have
you? You're not even
fins.
in party. Shut up, God. Anyway, let's get back to story. God damn it.
So you guys all, after fiddling around with
my mind.
the bag of holding, you finally managed to make it outside. Next time you guys have to deal with one of those, you're rolling for initiative. So I guess you've pretty much got free reign of the area. The ground is shaky, but I'm not going to police you guys on like sure footing unless you do something stupid. So
Well, there is this building right across from the log. Well,
And I am overly pleased with my handiwork, so let's go for it.
okay, so this is just a loose tree token that you guys kind of like
uh-oh, no,
knocked
wait a
over.
minute.
So Drez, get back over there. Even looking at this, you know that crossing this just as you are is kind of a risky endeavor. Especially after you guys had similar troubles trying to go along a thin ledge around a building. So
Can we reinforce it with another tree?
Can we reinforce it with Greg?
Because
How
we
heavy
wouldn't
is he?
want to fail a dexterity check going across this.
Greg, with all of his equipment, is probably a good like 500 pounds.
Hey, I have a great idea.
Jeez.
Probably. No, I think it's actually probably
Was there a
more.
rope anywhere?
You left your rope back in the
you have rope
previous
in
district.
inventory.
Your rope is still tied to the Mariners Guild. Back
Really?
in-
Because
back in
I
the
thought
Lake
that we had
District.
taken another rope.
I thought we had more than one rope, yes.
Maybe.
But I also wasn't counting, so...
Yeah. All I know is you had one rope, and that rope has never been removed.
We have,
It has been
we
subject
had
to
two
some
rope.
amount of, I have that rope. No, you don't have that rope.
Well, then how about we tear up this rug and make it into a rope?
What?
Do you think you can do that? That would require many skill.
Does rug make good rope?
Well, we just hack rope. a
This
bunch.
raises multiple questions.
He doesn't have curtains or anything in here?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got like a satin curtain. That's the red door looking thing. Mm-hmm. Hung up between two crates.
yeah, but that wouldn't
How do
be
you figure
strong
out your
enough.
jump distance?
You know, calculating jump distance in D&D is weird nonsense. But suffice to say, jumping a 15-foot chasm, probably not safe.
Yeah,
Liz,
one of my
can
spells
you-
memorized is jump.
Can you reinforce log with your druid magic?
Nope.
You can't summon like hemp rope.
Just shit
mean-
it out.
He has his vine spell, but
Yes, use
I think
there
that's
you go. Use
temporary.
vine. See if you can make a rope out of vine.
That's bizarre. So you can do you can if you move 10 feet before the jump, you can jump a distance equal to your strength score.
Huh.
Huh?
Huh.
I can
kinda
do.
Strength.
Like a 15-foot jump.
What?
Jeez.
If you have 15 strength, that means like you're like significantly more powerful than like a normal human being would be.
Oh.
Okay then.
But if you land on the other side, it just would be like,
Because 10s are like normal stats, right?
Ish,
Yes.
yeah.
So if you have 15, you're like a mega super badass.
I have 20. I can jump 20 feet.
So you can
Excuse
jump.
him,
You can do a
it's only
standing long
15,
jump
right?
for half of your strength, or you can do a running jump if you move 10 feet before the run for your strength modifier.
Wow.
Yeah, my strength is 14.
Oh look, even over here, look at this. This is only
So
is baby distance.
if I gave Greg my jump spell, he'd be able to jump 120 feet,
What?
like Superman from Smallville.
Do it. Can you do it?
I have to look that up. That I'm smelling the not okays from that. He could jump 60 feet, which is still absolute nonsense.
Well, because look at this spot over here. This can't be more than 5 feet across.
You're right. I don't know how I got to 120. I think I at some point thought he had 40 jump for some reason.
Yeah, you times it by 6.
I'm reading a
but
lot of
yeah.
numbers right now.
Wow, yeah, you can Hulk jump.
I can hope jump. Yes. Make me like your Superman.
Make me like your Superman.
Sorry. I tend to bring a lot of Earth-based knowledge into this fantasy realm.
well,
make me like your superior.
There are also
man.
parts of this gap that are only 10 feet across.
It's a bit
There
of an
ones that are
under exaggeration. It's
It's a
times
hulking
everything by about
megachasm.
2.
It's like
I
that
didn't wanna
valley that
have,
goes
like-
around all of Breath of the
Times
Wild.
everything by minimum distance to not have Super Greg.
No, Super Greg could clear a lot more than I have pictured on this map.
Wait a
now that I
minute.
know that it's a possibility.
This tree is covered in branches and it's 6 feet wide, isn't it?
Again,
How
not
can we-
everything on this map is to scale.
How could we possibly fall off of that?
It will roll.
Oh.
But it's gargantuan.
It's big and it's round, and trees roll.
Even with all its branches splayed out.
They break.
No, it'd be super stable, actually. Let's see, it's a 5-foot diameter trunk, 60 feet across.
I mean,
Diameter at the top is 40.
it does. Are these the tree token stats?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
It's like a gargantuan super tree covered in branches.
I think that
Well,
the
then,
real danger would
Correction.
be
Fine, you
ground-
can cross it. You have rules lawyered this bridge into submission.
It's
Can we?
rules clarifying.
Okay.
But what about the mud? Would the mud on either side be able to hold up a weight of 3?
Please don't shit on the tree.
It's not mud. So the Lake District was muddy. The stuff you guys are standing on is cobblestone.
Oh.
Yeah. This
Right, 'cause
area
it's
used to be a
it's the whole
giant
village.
Yeah, this is the warehouse district. Unlike the Lake District, which was kind of shitty and bad, this place is, built for heavy traffic.
Do you have stone
and
shape?
Has quite a lot of, cobblestones lighting the roads and the not quite road section.
Well, Drez crosses his ultra mega bridge.
Okay, you have succeeded.
Hooray!
Hey. I
This
crossed
is
the
the
bridge.
part where we tragically lose Skitter.
No, he's fine.
I've been expecting him
right.
to die literally every time we do anything.
Same here.
And we have.
Thanks for the vote
I
of
opened the door without
confidence.
knocking.
Oh,
Okay, so
No, how could you?
as you open the door, make a dex check.
Okie dokie. Definitely know how to do that. Let's see. That's just the normal dex mod.
Yeah, I don't know what druids have proficiency with saves. Okay.
That's not impressive.
Yeah,
Yes?
you get hit by an arrow.
Ah!
There's an arrow in your shoulder. It could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse.
Arrows are bad for us.
But yeah, so as you're standing there and you open the door, what happens is almost immediately an arrow just comes whizzing out of the darkness and takes you right in the shoulder. And there were more arrows, but they missed. It kind of looked more like they weren't aiming for you, they were just aiming for the doorway. And you managed to kind of be okay, but it hurts. And as your eyes adjust, you see about 4 drow with bows leveled at your position.
Oh.
And they don't look happy.
I thought it was just a trap.
Nope,
Oh, drow.
you found Fleshrender's drow. All it took was killing Fleshrender.
Wow.
Well, I'm sure they were happy about the giant tree. That created a perfect bridge to their doom.
Well,
Well, how would they have gotten out? They probably have other ways.
so are you
How
just
did they get out of here?
Are you just standing there?
You summoned a phantom drow and made them run directly at the drow, weirdly enough.
Yeah, I will admit, I was sitting there being like, Shell's about to commit probably one of the most heinous acts she could possibly commit.
By luring Fleshrender
purely
directly
by
towards
accident.
actual drow.
Yeah, yeah. If Fleshrender had actually failed the will save, he and his goons would have busted in there, killed all the drow, and paid you guys a smooth 10,000 gold.
Holy shit, that would have been amazing.
What?
Anyway.
But what was more amazing?
Did we take a
So-
short rest or a long rest when we were in the building?
I think we took a longer rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're probably full health. I don't know how much damage you've taken, but you got to heal some amount of that back.
So
Anyway,
is this currently an immediate combat scenario or no?
no. That was
Ow.
kind of the warning shot / they realized you're not a Kenku. So
Okay.
they're mostly just it's a gnomish standoff, but
Okay, I will raise my
That
arms.
was a really bad idea.
yeah.
Stay your bows, friends. We were investigating the area after fleeing from the port, only to find Fleshrender and his gang. They had offered a hefty sum for individuals like yourselves, but we sent them down into the depths. They will no longer be pursuing you.
All right. Make. I don't know.
When she
Okay,
talked
they
about the
believe you.
hefty sum, I thought she was just going to get cut off midway through the sentence by another arrow.
No. So I have to roll for them to like believe her or not, because like for all they know, you guys are just like pulling their leg and leading them, you know, into exposing themselves. But you know, they kind of turn to each other and whisper, and it's very clear that like they're kind of surprised, and they're the big one in the back is definitely maybe berating them a little bit. And you can't I assume none of you guys speak Drow, correct?
No.
Okay, yeah, so you can't
they were-
can't tell what they're saying, but
they
you can
speak
kind of tell their
Underdark.
tone.
I speak Drowidic.
Yeah, no. But after a moment, they put down their bows, and they're like, "Well, so the beast is dead."
Yes, he is. Actually, we subdued him
Or at
with the
least
street
he's
token.
down there.
Okay, so he's probably dead. They come out to take a look here. Let me. I don't have tokens down, so I'm just gonna. It's
I
gonna be
bristle
more.
very, very.
You'd use a white
Intently.
token
Yeah.
for.
At the
It's gonna
drow.
be. It's gonna be more White Wanderbot tokens because I don't.
We
I don't
can't
make
see
tokens
inside
for
the house.
NPCs. I'm working on that. I gotta lay out the.
The drow.
Gotta lay out the drow.
I forget. Paladins hate drow, right?
No. So unlike 3.5, paladins are no longer
Oh.
like restricted as much. So
Okay.
Also-
you hating the drow is entirely up to you.
We don't know if these drow are necessarily all evil, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Paladin's got a
3.5
patch
they
update
were.
with less raises now.
Basically.
Yeah, actually. Same thing with rangers. In fact, rangers really are the ones that came out with significantly less racism.
That's a shame.
Weird.
Drow can be player characters now.
Yeah, they're actually a player's handbook race, so they're a lot more common. Anyway, so you see,
Unlike all of us.
you see, you see the drow, and two of them are gonna kind of step out and take a look at your handiwork, and you know they're
That's an
still
extensive barricade.
muttering to themselves. Yeah. So the room is effectively a giant barricade, about a little bit higher than waist high, made out of boxes and barrels and stuff like that. Effectively, they were prepared for somebody barging in, just not you.
We haven't really inspected very closely yet, so I'm gonna throw a fire down the hole.
Okay, so you chuck a fire down the hole, and it falls for is there a skill for like I guess it would be, is it perception or maybe investigate? I'd take either.
Probably be perception, since you're literally just looking at something.
Okay,
As opposed
so,
to like searching.
roll a perception check because it goes down a ways. Let's see.
Looking for perception. No modifier of any kind? Oh, it's a wisdom.
Should probably get Skitter's sheet out. There we go.
That or you could have taken a pebble,
Whoa.
thrown it.
That's a
Oh.
high roll.
Okay.
Let's see, what'd you get? Okay, so yeah, that's more than enough. So in the, it's at least a couple 100 feet down. It gets real dark around your flare. But what happens is you watch your fire go, and it's kind of chasm the whole way down up until it vanishes. But as it had been going down, there was kind of a reflection of the flame, and it your perception's probably good enough for hearing.
Ah, there's water down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of water down there. You can't see much of anything else. There's no sign of Fleshrender or his goons. Just their presumably watery grave.
Anyone know if Kenku can swim?
Not as well as you, I
Stare at him
think.
for that one.
Definitely not as exceptionally well as
Probably better than Greg, maybe.
I stare at Skitter.
I'm not sure if a pissing contest is an answer.
Yes, we can have peeing race some other time.
No.
Gosh. I'm thinking this is very much a guy thing.
Okay, so the Drow are they're admiring your handiwork. They're like, so you really did it. Well then,
They're trusting.
they believed Shell, and they've got that there, and they don't see the Kenku hanging out outside. So either you guys killed Fleshrender and then are making up that you dropped
dead
into...
ones, probably.
Oh yeah, they do see the two dead ones right across the chasm. So there's some pretty good proof in the pudding. Or I don't know, whatever.
You should put X's on their eyes.
Yeah.
Or just flip them upside down.
In the
That too.
I want to see if I can
upside
there we
down
go.
Kenku heads.
That's the trick.
That's the X.
They just don't look great upside down. They were not designed for that.
Oh no!
What?
A little bit of blood on them.
What's that?
It was supposed to be tongue sticking out. Like, oh no, I'm dead.
Oh, well, okay. But yeah, so they see what you've done, and they very clearly look quite relieved, and they're going to usher you back into the warehouse. They seem to be still just a bit skittish about being outside. They look actually quite thin. Like they've maybe been hiding out for quite some time. And maybe haven't been eating the best. But so they usher you
I
guys.
have no
poisoned.
interest in
They
that.
usher you guys inside, and
No,
again,
no, that's okay.
they're insistent. And then
Alright, we're going to have problem.
no, they're like patting your backs. They look pretty happy. They're not super talkative, but maybe just because they don't sound great. But as you guys are kind of ushered in, they kind of move the barricades off to the side, not really needing them anymore. And the orange water bot icon is a... Look, I really need to make more icons,
You
but
just need to make like generic drow head, generic elf head, generic dwarf head.
You guys can help.
Okay.
Okay.
I will draw everything.
Oh no.
If you want
no.
that.
We saw that painting of Pantheon chair.
It wasn't terrible, but
It had no shadow.
so
There was a shadow.
the odd head out is an old drow, like super old, like more wrinkle than anything
Well,
else.
they have been here for a while.
And she is so wrinkly you can't really tell. It's like, so you've killed the beast then. I believe thanks are in order. We don't have much of anything, but if you well, I mean, if you need to know anything, we're more than willing to help you out.
Wanting to know stuff? Oh, okay, Ellerin, you got this.
Oh, okay. No, we're in no need of a reward. You see, we were at odds with Fleshrender as well, and, I mean, when we heard that he was actually hunting down elves and humans and hobbits, I mean, he had some prisoners across the way. Oh, did I just say hobbits? Halflings. They actually did have a human wizard, some halflings, and a dwarf in captivity as well, and it was upon seeing them that we decided to create a distraction and slay them. But what we learned from the wizard was rather suspicious. You see, we were all washed down into the depths not long ago and found ourselves trapped in the port district just to the south. And it was there that we ran into all sorts of undead humans, for the most part. And there was some kind of druidic presence there. Dryads came forth from the ground. There were these ominous vines barring our path. But we were able to make it here, and the wizard seemed to say that this was all the druids doing. Or at least some organization comprised of druids.
So the drow leader listens to this calmly and kind of wearily, and after a moment signals one of the other drow to come over, and after a moment he disappears into the back room and comes back with another Wanderbot head. And this one is fairly clearly a druid. You know, has kind of the more natural looking outfit. The kind of more of kind of a fungal look, I guess.
Huh.
They look like they might have been some kind of druid for
or a drowid.
Yeah, Drowid. There we go. So the Drowid looks at you, and she is like, so they really did it then. They did go through with it. And then she proceeds to explain.
Got a Drowid and a Drizzard.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Anyway, so she's going to explain that she had once been part of the well, I guess I might as well kind of do this in person. Sorry, I don't do female voices great. But so the druid circle was divided. They were tired of the Mages Guild specifically, and the drastic changes that they were bringing to Zagnoth and the other cities, and they felt that was violating the natural order of things. And there was a huge row, and the Reclaimers they left. They left Zagnoth. They left every city and disappeared into the wilds. And everybody thought, oh, they've just gone off. You know, maybe they've founded their own civilization with blackjack and hookers. No,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, I'm going the wrong direction with this.
Not so big.
But
I think
nobody
those
had
things
heard.
could technically exist in universe.
It's true. Nobody had heard from them for, almost 30 years, and then all of a sudden, the Druid Circle, they returned, and it was like everything had changed almost immediately. The leadership just bowed to them, and some of us stayed, and more of us left. I went home, not wanting anything to do with their crazy agendas. And then one day the city fell and straight into our caverns and crushed most of our people whole.
That's
Wow.
terrible. And it was all to fight back against what they perceived to be civilization.
I mean, it's probably more than that, but that was their justification. I never stuck around long enough to listen to that drivel.
Even
Hey,
so.
I have a question.
Oh,
Do you like book?
A book? I mean,
Yeah.
I
I've
produced
read-
the book.
Okay, you produced the book. And she looks at it, she kind of like flips it around a little bit, and she's like, oh, well, this is simple. It's just a basic plant cipher. Here, just a moment. And she, kind of fiddles with it, casts some spell or another.
Cipher? It's encrypted with leaves or something?
Yeah, sure, why not, Bird? Do you want to come up with a better name for it?
No.
So far, users submitted names such as Drowid and Drizzard. The bar is so low that I can't limbo under it. But so
We got Drorier coming in from my chat, so there you go.
Wow.
well, there's plenty of Drarchers all over the place. But so after a moment, the
Agent
journal
Sterling
pops pops open, and to your dismay, most of the pages are covered in blood and largely unreadable. But there are at least a couple of pages in sequence that you can flip to. All the blood is like dried. Like this was probably
When the guy died.
Yeah, when the guy died, his latching mechanism kept it closed but didn't keep things from getting in. So.
And what does it say?
Unfortunately, so she's like, well, do you want me to read it, or Keith, you can also read it if you feel like it.
Right, because it's probably in Druidic.
Yeah, it's in.
So let's learn everything that's in it. Or maybe
Okay.
not I don't know. Let's learn what we're looking at.
Okay, so you get the journal and you start to read, and there's not much information, unfortunately, but it outlines specifically this druid was tasked with smuggling reclaimers in and a lot of supplies, passed into the city so that the the military and the guardsmen and the Wizards Guild specifically wouldn't have any idea that they've garrisoned a huge amount of druids all over the city, as well as a number of supplies. And it also goes over some details on a specific type of slime that multiplies in food sources.
Is that what's turning people undead?
No.
Found the Soylent Green.
Does your character say that, Shell, or are you just saying
Yeah.
that? Let's see.
Because the food stores, they were tainted, or at least that we were told that they were in this particular area, and that it would induce vomiting and potentially turn one into the necrotic zombies that we encountered earlier.
Okay, give me a second. I gotta find a new NPC name. I'm slowly going down the list.
Gotta find a new.
Look, I've got some great NPC names from this list, and some that are very much just like, use my Reddit name, and I'm like, no, please don't do that.
Harambe 420.
No.
Sebastian S.
Leader of the druids.
Anyway, as Shell, asks kind of out loud about whether or not the undead were from the food, the old drow actually interrupts you and is like, no, I think that might be Vivi's work. She's a necromancer with her heart's in the right place, but I don't think her head ever was, and so
I'd hate to see her when her heart's in the wrong place.
Well, yeah, you might get to. If she's desperate enough to try and raise the whole city back from the dead, then I fear she may have lost it. But if there's undead all over, then it's probably hers and not the druids. They were never very good at necromancy.
And for what purpose would she bring back these beings? I mean, most of them didn't have their wits about them, though some miraculously did.
I mean, you try and raise a whole city back from the dead.
She got you.
No, I was just...
Backseat necromancer over here.
No, I was asking, why would you? I wasn't saying, like...
Would you prefer that the city stays dead?
Yes.
Yes.
Fair enough. I don't know. You'll have to ask her. I'm not an expert in necromancy. I'm a politician, for crying out loud.
Well-
She, in a huff, she just leaves.
Well, what had disturbed me was that they were unaware of their own deaths. Like, some of them were...
Are you trying to follow the old lady?
No. I'm talking with the druid at this point because the old lady left.
The druid's just looking at you, kind of shrugging. I don't...
Never mind. I suppose we shouldn't speculate over the moral quandary of it, and just that you know, maybe someone in their grief was trying to bring a level of normalcy back to this realm.
So what's
Anyway.
next for you, Drow? Now that we've killed
Rid
who's
Lily's
going to
on
kill
life.
you. Are you going to leave now? Probably leave.
The
Delta
lead
here?
drow archer kind of looks around and then shrugs. Kind of, he was the underling and his boss is gone. He's like, well, I guess we're going to try and leave the city. There's nothing left for us here.
Great. Well, you need help picking.
No, this isn't ours. This was here when we got here, and it more than served its purpose, but I don't think we need to carry any of it with us.
What peoples lived in the city?
Everyone's always saying that
Aside
they're
from
gonna
the
get out
drow.
of here on their own, but the only way out's the path we haven't cleared.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, most people are just kind of waiting for you to clear the way.
They've got Andromeda syndrome.
Yeah. Either that or they have alternate routes that you don't know about.
They're all withholding them from us.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, that just means we need to interrogate harder.
I don't know about you, but I want to let these people enjoy their picking time.
Do you know where we can find Vivi?
If I had a guess, she'd still be down in the slums. Oh.
Was slums first area we were in?
No, the slums are below us.
Below.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a lot below us.
Yeah.
slums is not water.
Huh. The drow's thinking like real hard. It's like, well, she lived and she worked in the slums. She never cared for the mages of the mages district, and she definitely didn't care much for the military or the nobles. So if she's not down there, then yes, your best bet would be the mages district. If you can get there.
I think in light of this situation, it'd be best to try to find as many survivors as possible and usher them out of the city. But where are the druids stationed, do you think?
Well, there's there's the druids quarter. That's probably the most obvious.
Wait, there's a druids quarter?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the mages quarter, the what would I call it? The holy district? I don't know. Sure, why not? The holy quarter, and the druid, the mages, and the holy quarters, and they oh yes, and of course the military district, and they all surround the nobles, and then the royal quarters districts. Shit, I don't know. I need to draw a map so you guys can see it. But that was closed off before anything even happened. They pretty much shut themselves off, and then the mages district mostly blew up, and then that's when everything went bad.
Oh, that's when. Okay.
How many rations do we have at this point?
I don't know. Have you guys been writing it down?
I know that I had started with 5.
You guys really should write these things down.
Let me check. I've been writing mine down. I have 4 ration.
Skitter has 3.
I guess I have 3 because we just ate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3
that means I
ration.
have 4.
I have 1.
Oh, Temple District. Yeah, that would be a good one. Thank you.
I mostly haven't been picking any up.
Okay. Yeah, you
Well, if I
guys
was
should.
drowning in rations, I was thinking about leaving them, but I'm not.
You guys should keep a hold on that.
Yeah, I have been
and
keeping track.
actually
I just
write
haven't
those
been
down.
picking any up. They've all been going to other
okay.
people's inventories.
Okay.
But if we had some giant pile, I'd be like, let's leave rations for these starving people. But we actually don't have a lot of rations.
Yeah,
So
we
if the-
really don't have any to spare.
So the drive hears this and is like, I understand, but if you do manage to find a warehouse with fresh rations in it, or untainted rations, if you could come back here and let us know, we would be eternally grateful, even more so than we already are.
We found a warehouse with untainted rations, but wasn't that the place that was overcome by vines?
That was back
No,
down
that
in
was
the port.
And they're not getting past gate. I don't think.
Ah,
Nor would they want to.
gates and vines.
Yeah.
Well, the search continues.
Is there a way
That's
to,
what we say to them.
is there a
We
way to
apparently found the most
test
interesting rooms back to back.
rations
I mean,
without eating it?
We have a kobold.
Hey!
Skitter's not okay with that idea.
That was a harmonizing hay.
I don't know. That's part of the reason why we haven't had much to eat. We don't know, and to be fair, we haven't looked. This place was untouched because it was, I mean, mostly just supplies.
And you said Vivi tainted them.
No, actually, this would
Slime.
be the female, the Drowid. No, Vivi. If anything, Vivi has nothing to do with the poison. The poison is all the Reclaimers' work. The undead are Vivi's work.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
You see, I was under the impression that the eating the poisoned rations made you into an undead. That's not the
Yeah,
case.
apparently dying and coming back is two different things in this case.
All right.
Alright, well, we'll keep lookout and let them know, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you're swell.
We will probably move out at the next dawn. This place is unstable for the time being, but we will.
Well, I made a
probably-
bridge.
Yes, we see that. Thank you.
It is a crowning achievement.
It's
Wake
very
up.
impressive.
Yep. And I apologize for frustrating your elder. These must be trying times. I'm sure that you were in far greater numbers before than you are now.
It's okay. No one actually likes her.
Oh.
She's a politician. And with that, they kind of usher you guys outside.
Okay.
Ah, that did weird things.
Wait, what happened to me?
I don't know. There you go.
That was a weird moment. I awkwardly
back.
scratch out what I wrote because someone can read it.
Oh, you hide the fact that Drez was so here.
There was one so here, then Cliff fell into water and Dred's not
Okay.
there anymore.
So you guys have found the Drow. That was fast. Now you have free reign of the rest of the warehouse district.
Let's find some untainted
The entire
food.
progression system you have planned probably got so fucked by that.
So
that tree.
I actually label a lot of these things in alphabetical order, kind of based on my expectation on like you guys going in and stuff like that. And
We went from A to F.
I mean, in reality, I'm kind of assuming you guys are not going to follow my plan, which is why I haven't actually like written anything specific.
Ooh.
Which is why dialogue might be a little bit choppy because I'm making everything I up as I go along.
That's the point of being a DM.
Yes.
Also, did you guys just go into that little building?
No, he just
I
said
would
through
not
the other
worry
side.
about it. He just.
I don't know what just happened there.
Okay, so you guys
We're
all
fighting
kind
over
of
control.
congregate. Sorry, I'm like clicking around, and every once in a while I click on your characters and stuff happens.
Okay.
Oh, I see a gate over there. What we should
Okay,
probably inspect gate.
Just immediately abandon this giant town. Bye.
Wait, but
No, I just
there are
want to
buildings
keep
here.
eyes on prize. We see what gate is so we know where we're going.
Okay,
We
so
can-
you head over to the gate, and on the other side of the gate is a sheer rock wall. You see the rest of the gate up top, on the top of the sheer rock wall.
it just got pushed up. Or
Oh,
this
so we have
sunk
sunk
down.
under.
Yeah.
I visualize. We've sunk
Yeah.
feet.
You guys can see the sky. There's kind of a nice midday blue sky up there, maybe some
Blue
clouds. It's pretty
sky
distant, but
shining on
you can
me.
totally see it.
I see blue sky.
Apparently, Greg can
Shining
jump like
on
70
me.
feet. Can I make it on top of gate? Well, we'll deal with it.
No. No. Also, vertical jumps are like significantly different from like horizontal. You can do horizontal for days, but the moment you try and go
Oh,
up,
it's, yeah, it's
D&D is
only,
just
I
like,
can only
no.
jump 20 feet.
yeah. Which
We
is
are
still
on a
very
terrace.
impressive,
As
but
opposed
still.
to 7,000.
Yeah.
Alright. So, well,
This
Well,
entire
I'm in-
D&D
I'm in
campaign
city,
exists on
might as
terraced
well-
plains.
might as well knock down door. That
Okay.
also didn't rhyme.
Knock down or knock
Okay.
on?
So
Little column A, little column B.
you were going to knock on the door and
You think I
knock it
just
down.
did?
So
No,
are
not knock down. Not knock
oh
down.
well, you said knock down.
He was
I
joking.
know what I said.
Okay,
I
so
like
you
to
knock on the
imagine
door.
that when either Wander or Bird knocks on a surface in their room, that like their neighbors go to their front door like, hello?
Oh.
So you guys come to this warehouse, and you knock on the door, and there's no response. It's just
Alright.
it's a
vacant.
small
Self
wooden
in.
door. Okay, so the door's stuck, so it's more of kind of like a thunk. There's kind of like maybe a bit of a squeal as it has like a little bit of give, but then it kind of goes and like a thunk. I don't know, whatever. The door's not moving great, at least not with the force you're applying.
This automatopoeia
locked.
has
Even with him?
its welcome.
Being as
I'm
strong
not
as he
trying
is,
very hard. I'm just trying to open door, okay?
If you use maximum strength on every door, there wouldn't be much door left, probably.
Is it locked? Skitter, what think?
No, it doesn't look locked.
Alright. I crack knuckle.
I'll get
crack
out of the way
knuckle
so that he can do his
inside, not-
backswing.
Alright. I roll for strength. And I open the character sheet and I roll for strength.
Okay, so you smash the door down, and
And the entire house and the cliff it's on.
yeah, so you couldn't see it from where you were. You might have been able to see it from the Drow warehouse, whatever, the Drow hideout, the Drow out. But
Drow
so
house.
the maybe just a couple feet away is the edge of the chasm, and it looks like much of the floor has already given way, and that when this area fell down, this poor warehouse had crumbled and fallen even further down.
Oh, so there's
And-
only a quarter of a warehouse
Yeah.
left?
Yeah, so anything that's kind of the tannish color is like passable ground. There's some boxes that have balanced themselves precariously on what remains of the floor, and some of them are actually within are reachable if you feel like going for them if you want to.
Okay, well, what about this barrel right here?
Okay, so you pop it open, and it's just filled with food.
But does it look edible? Are there any telltale signs that it's bad?
Nothing immediately comes to mind, or sight or sound or anything like
The rough
that.
thing is we've never found food that was obviously tainted, have we?
No.
Like we don't know what to look for.
That's true. It's too bad we don't have some kind of... Nah, that would be bad. Like, if we found rats or something.
Animal testing. Shell condones animal testing.
I mean...
You condone cobalt testing.
We didn't condone, it just
You're
hit.
crossing bad lines between in-character and out-of-character dialogue.
No, that was Skitter. I'm just assuming if you guys say stuff, Skitter can probably hear it.
He likes Stuart Griffin.
Okay.
What, you don't like Family Guy? Okay, I thought you were Americans.
What?
Well, actually, this might be a little far-fetched, but what kind of plants can you create, Drez?
Nope.
Don't you have the nature craft spell?
Nope.
What? Yeah. You...
Oh.
I have nothing
No,
at
no, no,
all
no,
that's
no, no,
helpful
no, no.
for the scenario.
Okay.
Because what I'm wondering is maybe we should pulverize some of this stuff, apply some water to it, let a plant soak up whatever the mixture is,
Poison?
and if it dies, then we know that something's up. I don't
It's
know
actually
if it...
not a bad idea.
Actually, oh wait, a flower blossom, a seed pod opener, a leaf bud bloom. Okay, I have no idea. Keith, your spell that you're using to make the druid marks is called Druidcraft, and you might have some stuff with that? I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that was even a cantrip. I was just fucking around.
Or are these things, are they like physically poisoned or magically poisoned? Because we can also...
So if we rested, I could prepare a first level spell that's detect poison and disease.
I mean, that'd be good.
It's like a it's like a 10-minute break. You just like sit around and do whatever.
Okay, well, let's open other boxes and he can prepare that.
Okay.
So I'm now preparing detect poison and disease.
Okay. So after a short break, you guys just kind of well, I guess the rest of you guys can do whatever you want. Is there anything you guys want to do while Keith is
But opening stuff?
I will not look in revealed building.
It's okay, there's nothing in that revealed building.
Okay. We could... Shelly, Ellerin, you wish to be of open box?
Sure, I want to see if we can find any more supplies in these buildings.
Okay.
You are much braver fish than me.
So, how far are you going? Or are you just going for the remaining boxes?
These ones right here.
So they are pretty much packed to the brim with food. It looks like nobody has opened them in quite a while. Yeah, it looks like they've
just realized that we could have just let the drow here let it be their druid's problem.
I mean, okay, so let's see. I think I probably have some kind of odd writing implement. I'm going to like scritch different symbols on each of the containers and also have that on each of the packages. And I'm going to put one of each package in front of Drez for his spell. So that way we know what containers have tainted food and what containers have good food.
Okay. Let's see.
Because I'm assuming
has some indeterminate amount of time passed at this point?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if they have anything anything that they also want to try. Okay, so you guys just sit around, Shell marks all the boxes, and Keith has his spell.
Alright, let's turn on my slime detector.
Okay, so your poison detector lasts apparently for 10 minutes with concentration. And so
you can find poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet and through walls. And I'll even know what type of disease it is.
Well, it gets stronger if he's practically touching it, because that would be more useful.
This is where I learn about Greg's venereal diseases.
I don't think so. I think that it's like 30 feet.
Let's see. Well, first off, you find out about Greg's irritable bowel disorder.
That's not only part of Greg irritable.
Okay, so the X'd boxes and barrels are poisoned.
So there's like one good one? Or did that one have food in it?
You can't detect poison in any of the remaining boxes.
But do they have food in them? Or they all have
food? You can't reach the two in the back, but the one Shell's in front of has fine food.
Yay! Let's take this food.
Yes, let us take food.
Okay.
Greg can carry it.
Okay, so this is a big crate. This is quite a lot of food, actually.
Well, we do have a bag of holding.
It very much does not fit in the bag of holding. This is like, you can fit your hand in this bag of holding, and it does not stretch.
Wait, what? So how does the bag of holding all the coins?
Extra dimensional space?
Well, yes.
I think he means the diameter of the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then just the rations should be what? Latmus bread sized?
No, it's like dried fish and
like the Latmus monster,
like hardtack and
whatever they call it in Lord of the Rings.
Don't put the Loch Ness monster in a bag. It will take $3.50.
Oh, like the elf bread?
Yeah. The bread that's supposed to never
it has that,
tarnish.
But like, you guys are gonna have to break the bread up a bunch, and also bags of like, even that bags of holding have like
it's Lembus
carrying capacity,
bread.
And that this is probably a little bit ridiculous.
Lembus bread.
Yeah.
One bite will satisfy a man for an entire day.
Right.
This is not nearly that fancy. This is just like hardtack and, dried gruel.
After all, this is the grave of man, and everything sucks here.
Well, let's take a sufficient amount to last the drow a couple days. And then more for ourselves.
We can also just tell them.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be a paladin? You're supposed to be virtuous and trying to aid your fellow man.
Can we estimate how many rations there are by number?
It's about 100 pounds worth of rations. If you guys want to grab some, you're welcome to. If you want to grab all of them, that's ridiculous, but I guess you can do that.
Is a pound a ration?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm grabbing 5 rations then.
Okay, mark it down.
There we go. Now I have 6. Gotta make up for not ever grabbing rations. Alright, yeah, let's go point this out to them. We don't really need to carry it all to them necessarily.
Yeah, that's true. Well, actually, we need to designate this box as the good box. So I'll write
a whole army of like
a different symbol on
warriors.
it. How about a big circle?
Skitter's like, we could just like push the rest off into like the pit.
That's way more work and dangerous.
That sounds very dangerous, Skitter.
That's incredibly dangerous.
Or we can just lead the drow to the good one.
Okay.
Don't push heavy things towards, like, crumbling cliffs.
Look, I'm just saying, we broke a lot of stuff, and it seemed to have worked out.
Listen, I know you're light, and you're used to everything being light, but other things are heavy.
Oh. Not to Greg.
Damn
Cliff doesn't care how strong Greg is.
Okay. So you guys get back to the drow area, and they pretty much haven't moved. You can actually see into the other part of the building.
Almost as if they're NPCs that have been unloaded by the game engine.
Yeah, pretty much. They've definitely relaxed. The barrels in the boxes have been moved out of the way, and they're kind of setting up to not go, but you have like actually a couple extra drow that have moved out into the main room, and these look more kind of like regular women and children. And they seem much more relaxed and not shooting arrows at you anymore. And so I guess the Drowid meets you at the door, and she's like, well, that was fast. Did you need anything else?
No, actually, we were inspecting one of the nearby warehouses and found just a whole storage room full of food. However, Drez here, who is a druid like yourself, used his magic to detect poison and found that only one crate of all that were present is devoid of poison.
Oh.
And we've marked it.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. That's great news. Here, let me come with you and see. And like two of the drow kind of follow out, and they're just gonna kind of watch from afar. They maybe
our luck is insane.
Yeah.
We walked directly into the boss area, then walked directly to the thing that they were looking for, then walked directly to the thing that they were looking for.
Oh, never mind. Guess too late.
Why are you doing a strength? What are you doing? What have you done, Greg?
Is he gonna lift the box out?
So you guys get there, and Bird, roll a check.
Of what?
Just a check.
Are they're
Yeah, I'm going with what you said, Bird.
Maybe that one?
Okay. So you guys get back, and Keith. So Greg is standing outside the warehouse, and he hasn't moved, and he's just kind of hanging out.
Uh-huh.
And Keith here. Okay. So you guys get there, and she would like to take a look at the crate, and she's like, so this is the one, this is the safe crate?
This is the untainted crate.
Okay.
It was?
Was? What happened?
I'm gonna take a close look.
Okay, so sitting on top of the crate are several pieces of food that weren't there before, and they're all poisoned.
Wait, who did this?
I'm just gonna start throwing them out.
Okay, you toss them into the void. Despite the fact that they were poisoned, doesn't look like anything else is.
Hmm.
There we go. You're welcome to check them yourself.
Okay, here, I will...
Because everyone here can detect poison.
Yeah, she also cast Detect Poison. She's like, yeah, you're right. I wish we had had the strength or the valor to go out and do this ourselves, but you're correct. I'll have some of the men come out and we can ferry some of the stuff back. You do not know how much you've done for us in such a short period of time. If you come back with us, the matron has a few things for you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I'm very suspicious of Greg Geknu.
Okay. So, are you guys all going back? Like, are you, you guys gotta, she's going.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, let's head out. Let's head back with them.
Let's head back, but I am wary.
Okay.
I mean, thank goodness, Drez, that you discovered that some pieces of tainted food had been placed on top of the pile. Those would have been the first that the drow would have taken.
Yeah, I'm gonna side off with Ilarin.
Okay.
Where's Skitter?
And whisper to them that
Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah,
pretty
Skitter
sure
too.
that Greg is completely unhinged.
I mean, I could have told you that from the way he was, bear hugging Mr. I love Gal.
Well,
What's
yeah,
his
but
name?
now he's poisoning the drow.
Attempting to, yeah. Something's amiss.
Okay. So...
An unhinged man, he sure likes to knock.
So you guys get in, and all of the drow
Door pun.
are going to
Yep.
all of the
More like
drow
more fun.
are going to kind of just be hanging out, and the matron comes out and she's like, let's see, what was her name? I don't know. Tamitha told me of just what you've found and what you've done, and I speak for all my people. For starters, I apologize. I should not have been so testy, but with the food, we should be more than prepared to leave this city behind. But here, these are the last of our valuables, but may you use them for better things than we were. And she hands you 2 small bags and a rapier.
Ooh.
And the
Ooh.
rapier is even nicer than the one you found earlier.
Aha!
More rapiers that nobody knows how to use.
All right. Can you give me the stats on that one
Oh, wait,
so
I
I
think
know
I
what
have
to
a plus
replace?
one
+1 rapier.
rapiers.
It's just a +1 rapier.
Wait, so it's just a +1?
+1 to hit and damage.
Oh. Okay, so that means to hit. Okay.
Yeah. And is there anything else that you'd request from us? I'm afraid we don't have much else.
No, you have lost enough already. Though, I might ask, where would the drow and the humans and the dwarves and what place would you flee to from here?
Well, it may not be our it hasn't been our ancestral custom for many millennia, but the elves have always had a home in the woods, and until we can find a suitable entrance back into the caverns of old, I'm afraid we'll have to rejoin our brethren in the forests, at least for the time being.
Well, I wish you luck on your travels, and hopefully civilization will yet prevail. I don't know. Sorry. I'm just lost for words right now. They have to rebuild, and I mean, we'll make sure that the druids pay. Now, I don't know. Maybe I won't say that.
Yeah, you might not want
The drow looks a little uncomfortable at that. But she kind of understands.
I mean, they committed mass genocide on a whole.
Yeah, okay, we should go.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Will our intrepid band of heroes ever manage to escape Zagnoth, or the warehouse district, or really make it anywhere without bumbling around and pissing off every NPC they see? What's up with Greg's little personality issue and deciding to poison people that he only just met? I'll find out next time on Dungeons and Dragons: Grave of Man. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.